Hello, thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, we've been fans of your music for a while now, so it's great to actually have you here and have some time with you today.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
And we're here because you've just recently put out another great release. So firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling at the moment?
I'm feeling good. It's always exciting to put out new music, but it's also like nerve-wracking because I always try to put out something like new, and try out new things. So it's like scary when people are hearing that. Like for this song, I produced it, and so scary to like have people hear that type of stuff. But no, it's exciting though. But it also is scary at the same time. So.
Of course, but it looks like from your TikTok, people are commenting and they're enjoying it and they're liking this release. How are you
I think
finding
so.
people are reacting?
I think they're reacting good. I think they're relating to it. Because it's called "We Fell Apart in October," and the inspiration was from Girl in Red's "We Fell in Love in October," and I wanted to put like my own twist on it. I'm better at writing breakup songs than love songs, so I'm like, all right, let me put my own Brie Carter twist on it. But yeah, I think people are relating to it because like if they aren't in love in October, like they have a song to listen to when they're sad in October. So
Exactly, because it can go either way, and I love that people have a song for how their October is going.
exactly.
Was there a particular like experience that inspired this release, or was it more so just like having that connection for people that may not necessarily be in love in October?
Yeah, it was more so the connection to people for people to have like when I write songs, I like to have music that like other people can relate to in a sense that's not so specific to me all the time. But yeah, so for this song in particular, it was more like kind of I was like heavily inspired by like Girl in Red. So we fell in love in October because I love that song and I love Girl in Red. So yeah, I just thought let me, give the people a sad song for this fall.
Yes. And I love that, and I love your sound. So obviously, Girl in Red is someone that inspires you. Are there any other artists or albums that you draw influence from?
Yeah, I'm heavily inspired by like hyperpop, so Breakins is a big inspiration. And then Black Bear and Chase Atlantic and even like Lauren Sanderson, The Kid Leroy. I feel like I take all their sounds and genres and mesh it and make my own. And I also like alternative music. Like I grew up listening to like Pierce the Veil and all like the emo stuff, so I try to incorporate that as well into my songs and stuff.
Yeah, that's a very good mix to have.
Yeah.
And I also really am enjoying the photo shoot that you did for it. It looks like it would have been a lot of fun behind the scenes. What are some of your favorite memories from that shoot?
It was really fun. So me and my girlfriend did it and we carved the pumpkins for it. And the pumpkin is like really heavy on your head. Like it like hurt my neck. Because you have to get the pumpkin big enough that it fits on your head, but like it's heavy, and we had to like carve it really thin so like it didn't literally break my neck. And then I wore like two beanies underneath it so it wouldn't like hurt top of my head. And then we got some fake blood. I had a baseball bat. I had a fake knife, and I just wanted like a spooky shoot because I've always wanted to do like those like pumpkin head shoots. And I'm like, what better way to do it than like do it for a song? And I was like, this song's perfect for it. So it was really fun. This was like definitely my favorite photo shoot that I've done for a song ever. So it was
Yeah.
really fun though. But it was like awkward when people like walked by and like saw it happening. They're probably like, what the hell?
Yeah, it looks pretty sick, and at least you could do it for the song because it fits perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I read too that when you first started out making music, you had a sense of feeling like you didn't really belong. Do you feel like you found your place now that you've put out a few releases?
I do, and I also don't because at the same, like, I feel like I found what I'm meant to do in life, and I feel like I fit in because I found like my purpose, but I feel like sometimes my sound like doesn't fit into other things because it's such like a mixture of things and like, so in that sense, like, I kind of feel like I don't belong because I'm like not a certain genre. Like, some of my songs are more hip hop, some are more hyper pop, some are more pop. So it's like in that aspect, like, I still kind of feel like an outsider in that way, but like I'm just doing what I like to do, and like I know that the people who like it will follow, and like I'm not gonna change my sound to fit what like is, you know, popular or whatever. Cause like I just want to make music that I like, you know. But yeah, I still have that feeling of like, damn, like, you know, but it's definitely better now that I do the music and stuff, and I'm happy with how it's going. So
Yeah, and that makes sense. But it's good to hear that you're feeling, happy with it now and it's improving for you as well.
yeah, exactly.
So for anyone that might be watching this and coming across you for the first time, tell us more about like, your music and who you are and how you would explain that to someone that may not know you.
Oof, it's tough. So I guess I'm Bree. If they didn't know that. I'm from New York, and I make music in my bedroom. Like all of my songs are, I've never been to like a real studio or anything, so I just make it from my little laptop and in my bedroom, and do it that way. And that's where I find the most inspiration, because I just feel like if I'm in a studio, like I'm gonna judge myself, you know, if I'm working with other people, like I'm not gonna be fully like what's the word? Like experimentative or whatever. And I'm gonna be like, oh, like people are gonna judge me, whatever. So like I like to just work alone, whatever. But yeah, so my music is like a hyper pop, mix pop, like I said before. And yeah, I don't know. Bad at describing myself and giving facts about myself, but
No, I think that sums it up pretty well. And I love to you haven't been to the studio because like if you listen to your music, I don't think you'll be able to tell that it's all made in the bedroom. It sounds like that it would be studio quality. So that's really like, kudos to you.
shout out to my engineer. He does a good job at making it sound like it's from the studio.
And going back to this release, you mentioned that you produced it yourself. So can you maybe like walk us through your process on how you produced this track?
So for this one, this beat was actually like one of the first beats I've literally ever made. And I was on my computer one day and I was going through like my old files and stuff. And then I heard this beat and I was like, oh, like it's not even like bad, like it's pretty cool. And then so I started writing to it, and then I made some tweaks to it. So it was better. But yeah, so I had that like the guitar loop, I found that, and then I just built. Oh my God, sorry, my cat is in the sink right now. Give me 1 second. Salvatore. Oh my God, he's so bad. But sorry.
Okay.
But yes. So basically, for when I produce, like I kind of find I like I do like building blocks. So like I'll find either like a sample I like or a sound I like, or you know, in my head I'll be like, okay, this song I want to have like heavy bass, or I want it to be more like melodic. And I'll kind of just build up from there. So for this song, yeah, this I was on like Splice one day. This was like 6 months ago or whatever. And I heard like the guitar melody thing, and then I just put it into Logic and I started building it. And I'm really happy with how it came out. I think for like one of my first beats I've ever done, like it's pretty sick. So
Yeah, that sounds.
yeah.
Thanks for walking through that.
Yeah, of course.
And I guess like as an Australian audience who may not necessarily be able to come out and see you perform, how are some ways that we can support you and your music?
Um, I always like when people message me like saying, "Hey, I found your music, like it's helped me through this and I relate to it." Like that always means the most to me when I like hear people tell me that like my music is helping them, because I know when I was younger and I had artists that like I looked up to and like their music got me through. It's just like a nice feeling to be that person for somebody else, and it's kind of like wow, like I just feel like I'm doing like what I'm meant to do, and it's nice to be like that support system for somebody when like I had that when I was like growing up and stuff. So that's like the best thing for me.
Of course, yeah.
And to listen to my music too and stream it and share it with your friends and whatever.
Yes, definitely. And what do you have in store for the rest of the year? Do you have any like shows coming up or more music in the works?
I don't think I have any shows. Nothing's planned. But yeah, I'm working on a lot of new music. I'm trying to work on an album to drop sometime next year. Don't know when yet, but I want to have like a fully self-produced album. So I've been working on that, trying out different styles of music and experimenting and stuff. That's like my next goal. And then I want to play some shows next year and just take it, you know, step further than I did this year. So
Yeah, sounds like you've got a fun rest of the year in store.
yeah, should be.
And did you have any other comments that you want to add about, yourself or maybe this particular release?
Um, just keep listening to it. I'm happy with how it came out, and I can't wait for everyone to hear the other stuff I have working on. And yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Good to finally talk, you know.
yes. And thank you so much for making the time as well. It's been such a pleasure to have you.
Of course, thank you.
All right.